there's a yes and no in that aspect of when you move into the realm of the spirit.
The third realm, the realm of omnipresence. So, did you know that the Holy Spirit has the same divine attributes as the Father and Jesus Christ, hence has the ability to be everywhere at the same time? Yes, we agree.
Yes.
This is what we call the omnipresence of the Holy Spirit.
Yes.
Right. Which is a deeper realm of the spirit. Manifestation is applicable in instances whereby someone dies in a far place, country, or continent, and a believer is not able to travel to such a place due to transportation problems, busy, and Under the circumstances, the believer can tap into God's omnipresence and conduct the death operation in the spirit realm. Because the realm of the spirit knows no distance. We can agree with that. You can bring the body of the dead person in question right up in front of you, wherever you are, and command the life to enter it, and the person would be raised from the dead instantly, even if he's 1,000 kilometers away. This is called resurrection by omnipresence. This is what he's saying.
Okay. So that's okay. We have to have proof of that.
Well, yeah.
And we have to have enough evidence of that to substantiate that. That's almost like we have to be careful in that area because that's operating in the realm of the same realm where the Antichrist operates in. And it's a dark and the clear realm.
I don't know. Well, how's it? It's not any different for us praying for somebody. We're here and we're praying in an intervention for somebody somewhere else. He's just taking it to another level in faith where you are, because I know when I pray for someone that's not present, I visualize them.
Okay, that's
Don't you visualize somebody when you're praying for them if you don't see them?
oh yeah, I'm talking to somebody over the phone.
Yeah, all right.
And that person is sick, right? And it's different when you say, when somebody, please pray for me, right?
Yeah.
And I say, yeah, I'm praying for you, but I'm not really taking that into serious, spend time in that prayer, or really feel in my heart an intense prayer for that, right? And yet there's that prayer.
I'm looking at it not so much as, I mean, we can test it out. I mean, it's about the level of prayer where you are up, you know, we already know, oh, for example, okay, let's take an example of this. When Paul was, I forgot where he was at, but there was a man from Macedonia came to him in the spirit realm, right? And told Paul that he needed him to come over to Macedonia. He didn't know the man. He just said that there was a man from Macedonia who came in the spirit realm and talked with him. Now, is that teletransportation, or is that operating in the omnipresence of the spirit?
Was that a thought?
Now, Paul says he had a vision or a dream.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, in Acts 16, verse 9 says, and a vision appeared to Paul in the night. Didn't say he was sleeping, he had a vision. So he had a spiritual vision. All right, there stood a man of Macedonia.
That was a dream.
No, he said he had a vision. There stood a man of Macedonia and prayed him, saying, come over into Macedonia and help us. And after he had seen the vision, immediately we endeavored to go to Macedonia, assuredly gathering that the Lord had called us to go to preach the gospel to them. It reminds me of that vision that I had when I was going to Africa before we got it.
Yeah.
I had no.
In the church.
You know very well we were not planning. Africa wasn't even on our radar. We were headed to India.
Right.
And then in the middle of praise during that service, the Holy Spirit literally took me in the spirit realm into Africa and showed me the Maasai people and danced with them, and it was so real, as if I was there.
Right. Okay. So there's your validation of being transported in the spirit
Okay.
to a place
To place.
because you were in the presence of God.
Mm-hmm.
You were
Was in the
and nothing to
omnipresence
do
of
with
God.
what was going on in the service. You were in worship, right? In the worship, when the Holy Spirit took you from, had a vision.
Yes.
Okay, you had a vision. You had a vision that you were in Africa, in Maasai land,
And as a result, we went to Africa.
and as a result, we went to Africa.
And we went to the Maasai land.
And we went to the Maasai land, which that was really an interesting point of this transportation in the spiritual realm. Now we're getting somewhere. Okay. Now we're getting somewhere. Now we're getting somewhere. Okay. Now we're getting somewhere. Okay. Because the Spirit of God initiated the situation.
Yeah, it was a vision.
Okay. It was a vision. So it was so
does
real.
vision transports us? Do we get transported in a vision?
Not physically, but in the spirit.
Oh, yeah,
the spirit,
yeah.
the spirit man is now literally there, and yet you are also physically there because
because you're in that. You're still in our body.
Yeah, but in Africa, we've never been to Africa before.
But everything that the Lord showed me in that vision came to pass.
Right. The very people that we went to.
Yes, even the people.
Even the people, even this moment that we're talking about Africa, we can feel and sense the
drawing
to Africa and the smell of Africa because of the people in Maasai land, right? And I think, besides
besides what? Yeah, you're free. Omnipresence, what are you talking about?
Okay, so the Spirit of the Lord is everywhere present.
Yes, He's everywhere present. We're talking about omnipresence.
Okay, so let's look at it this way. The Spirit of the Lord, which is everywhere present, is like a whirlwind.
Yes.
Like moving around the globe.
Right.
The Spirit of the Lord. Let's just look at that in a sense. The Spirit of the Lord is like the whirlwind that's moving around the globe. And in that process of the Spirit of God moving and looking all over the spirits of the Lord, the seven spirits of the Lord are going around. The eyes of the Lord are going around the earth looking for someone.
7 spirits of God.
Yeah. And so sees an individual that is in that flow and in that motion, gets into that swirl like a hurricane thing. And then gets into there and then is immediately transported or transferred or moved into the area of vision.
I love it because I feel that this is where the Lord is taking us right now and increasing our
because here's the deal. I had a text yesterday from our son Duncan. Right?
Yes.
And Duncan would say to me, and there's several things before I saw the text, because sometimes Duncan would text me 2 or 3 times during the week or during the day, Dad, this is what's going on. And what he was saying to me is that, Dad, you need to pray because we've been attacked by these demonic spirits here. And they're in the church and they're trying to influence the church and they're fighting and they're beating me up. And he wanted me to, so yesterday I finally answered the text, right? And he said to me, Dad, this spiritual opposition is attacking my back, and the pain is so bad, right, that it's affecting my whole body. So I took time out to talk to him. I didn't pray for them, but I sent a little text that says, now, listen, the enemy is attacking you, and the enemy has no power over you, and you need to tell the enemy to leave because you have that authority. And so that was in the spirit. I actually was sending that message over to him.
Yes.
And immediately he got back to me and he said, Dad, thank you for praying for me because, and I didn't talk to him in person. I was just, talking to him on Messenger. Yeah. And he said to me, I feel the change is coming over me right now, and I know that I need to speak to it, right? Mm-hmm. And it says, you're there, and the enemy will manifest itself through the pain in the back, or the pain in the knee, or the pain in the stomach, and then because you minister that in Africa, right? When the enemy manifests through the physical bone, the bone. And so that word was transferred over to Africa. Just talking to him, and every time he would say, Dad, I'm not doing well, blah blah blah, there's nothing happening over here, I wish you would have come back, when you were here there's some things that changed and blah blah blah. And I kept, maintain your goal, maintain your focus, stay on Jesus,
Yes,
don't get off track. And it seems like that voice from Africa is keep on wanting, because there's something that took place in Africa because of that call, that it was so real, because you had to ask, go on the internet
just to find out where it was,
where this thing was at.
I didn't know where the Maasai lands were. I didn't even know it was the Maasai people.
Okay, so that is a good example of this, the Holy Spirit the Holy Spirit took you that morning because you told me this is really real, we need to. And out of that we went to Africa. And we'd never been to Africa before, and all fear, all
concern, we just knew that was our assignment. Just like Paul said, I knew this was my assignment to go to Macedonia. Yeah. He says here, and
you said that, and the other part of your thing, there was an old man that was calling you to come to Africa.
Yes. This is how Paul actually went down to Macedonia.
Getting a vision. To
actually do the harvesting, and he hadn't been to Macedonia yet. He says.
So he went because of the vision.
Yes, he went because of the vision.
Okay.
Sometimes we just have to get the vision and follow it. It's like when the Lord, you went to Samoa for the funeral, right? And we were just going for a funeral.
No, I had no intentions.
We were just going for the funeral.
Right.
We had no intentions of going and doing
just
ministry.
Go there and come back. I kept telling you, this was a flyby.
This was a flyby. We're just going there to do the brother's funeral.
Yeah, because I had nothing. I had no vision for Samoa until I got to Samoa. So those sequences of things that happened,
right,
brought us to that place of where we are right now.
Right now, the sequence of those events.
The events that took place that pointed that, because that evening, I wrote it down on mine. He said for me to go check the television.
Yes, because Father told me to tell you to go check the TV.
So, I wasn't thinking about that.
No.
So now I went over and checked the TV. Right? And when I went and checked on the TV and the door opened, I came home and I cried that night.